Hey guys, George at SoundTraxx here. This week we're going to talk a little bit about echo and reverb and some of the audio tools that we've built into the decoder so that you can really adjust the overall sound of your locomotive so that they can have their own voice. So let's get started. Now, as I've mentioned, we do have one of our tools that are built into the decoders. Now, this is actually in our Tsunami2 and our Blunami decoders, and it's the Echo and Reverb. Now, today I've got a locomotive here in front of me, one of our demos. You've seen it over and over again, but I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly what you're doing and how you're doing it. But first, let's go ahead and cover what these sounds actually are. So first off, we're going to talk about reverb. What exactly is reverb? Well, first off, sound itself is air pressure that is coming out of our voice or a speaker or whatever the machinery is that creates air pressure ripples through the air. And what a reverb is it's that air pressure and that sound deflecting off an adjacent surface. This is where you'll see things like a building, urban canyons, stuff like that, where the building may be right next to the locomotive. When it blows the horn, that sound is reverberating off of the building, and it's adjacent, so it's a very short time between the sound is made versus when the reverberation kicks in. Now, an echo would be that same type of a reflection, but off of a more distant surface. Think of it like a mountainous area or a canyon or something like that, where that surface may be a mile away, half a mile away, whatever the case is, because that sound has to travel there and then deflect and then come back. So you have a little bit more of that echo coming in. Now, the Tsunami2 and the Blunami do offer the ability to help create the atmosphere of your layout. You can add in some echo and reverb into the sound effects so that way you can really hear the sound of that atmosphere you're trying to create. In many cases, a layout you may be building where that canyon wall may only be a few inches away, so you're not really going to get a true echo or reverberation really. But if you're in creating a layout, this gives you the ability to help make that scene appear more real by adding that echo into it. Now to start, we start in CV233, and this is where we have the reverb control. And you have several presets. A value of 0, of course, is disabled. And I'm going to go ahead and pull this up on the screen so you can see along with me. But when we go here, you have a value of 1 is a light reverb or short reverb, 2 is a medium reverb, 3 is a long or heavy reverb. And then you move down, you've got a short echo, a long echo, which is of course 4 and 5 respectively. 6, you have an extra long echo. And then a value of 7 turns on a user adjustable echo. So you can go in and really create your own echo effects. And so just to show you, illustrate here, I'm going to cancel it for now because you can see my reverb is disabled. And that's when you enable the custom user adjustable. You have CVs 234, 235, and 236, which are represented here on the screen as the reverb output level, reverb delay, and the reverb feedback. And these are described in our user's guide, so if you want to create your own echoes, be sure to check out the user's guide and how it's explained. But for this example, I'm just going to show you what it sounds like and what you can do. So to start with, we're going to go ahead and we've got a 5-chime horn on it. We're just going to do a quick blast of the horn. And you can hear how that sound immediately ends as soon as this decoder is done playing the sound of the horn. That's because there's no echo and reverb. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead into our sound settings. We're going to take our reverb and we're actually going to create we'll say a long echo here. So we're going to set CV233 to a value of 5, or I'm going to click the long echo here on my decoder. We're going to hit OK. I'm not really sure why the prime mover shut down, so let's get it started again. Now when I blow my horn, now you can kind of hear that sound deflecting off of a distant surface. So now you've created a little bit more of that atmosphere into it. Now, the final part of the echo and reverb is actually to determine how much of that echo and reverb sound is fed back into the individual sound effects. Now, you have CVs 161 through 192 are assigned to each of the various sound effects throughout the roster, and you can determine how much or how little. So, for example, CV 161 is how much of the reverb is fed back into the horn. So in the app, when I go to sound settings, I'll go to main sounds. Here you can see I've got my horn, my Leslie S5T. You'll see my volume is at 100, but then I've got 128 for my reverb, which means approximately 50% of that reverb effect is now fed back into the air horn sound. So I can increase this. So to show you, we're going to go ahead and crank this all the way up to 255. Now when I back out and we hit our horn sound, you can hear how long it takes for that horn sound to dissipate from the echoing around the area. And we can go in and adjust this all you like. So we'll go back to main sounds. We're going to go to my reverb, and you can see I can adjust it here. So I can type in a value if I want to apply it 75, which would be a little bit more than a quarter. You can kind of see how it's changing. So every single sound effect has a CV assigned to it. So 161 is the horn, 162 is the bell. Now I'm going to bring up CV 175 because it's the poppet valve, or what's known as the air dryer. Apparently I didn't realize my locomotive is moving. But you can add a little bit of reverb to the poppet valve. By default, we did add a little bit in there, so CV 175 is actually set to a value of 128, which represents about 50%. We just felt it gave a nice little effect on it, but you can certainly change it up as you see fit. But every sound effect has its own CV assigned, so you can add reverb to it all the way through, but not limited to, Fireman Ed's toilet flush on CV 191. You can certainly add echo and reverb to that if you really want. But that's just going to show you the examples of the customizability, how you can really play with the sounds and get some really cool sound effects using the Tsunami2 and the Blunami, and certainly using the Blunami through the app without having to worry about CVs, so that way you can experiment, decide what you like, and then you may decide you want every locomotive to be a little bit different. You may decide you have a bass line that you like. That's great. Stick to it. Enjoy it, have fun with it, and we hope you enjoy using the decoders. So that's everything I've got for you this week, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.